Hi, everyone. Welcome back. It's Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday and the 25th, and my first day of news for the week with my apologies, and I hope you're understanding. A complete unexpected trip had to be taken yesterday, business wise, and resulted in myself not getting back in time to get here behind this desk and a show together for you. My apologies. I have spent the afternoon trying to catch up on what feels like 3 days of absence instead of just one. A lot of headlines to come tonight, and I'll tell you about a lot of the headlines that are to come later on in the week and how, as we get closer to school starting virtually, of course, initially, there's a lot to talk about, still a lot of things to be put in place, and I'll touch on those in just a few moments. I have a John Doe case. A man found lying in a McGoffin County roadway yesterday died shortly thereafter. Just now learning of that, just upon returning back to the office this afternoon. I'll have some details for you from Coroner J.R. Frisbee in Johnson County in just a few moments and a host of other headlines. First off, in Floyd County, a Floyd County dentist pled guilty to health care fraud today. Dr. Denver Tackett, 66, pleaded guilty before U.S. District Judge Gregory Van Tatenhoff to health care fraud. He was a licensed dentist, is a licensed dentist, who owned and operated Tackett Family Dentistry in McDowell. And the federal government says that he submitted false and unnecessary claims to Medicaid for reimbursement for procedures and services performed at his practice. For example, they say he submitted claims for surgical extractions when he had only performed a simple extraction, and altogether about $95,000 in reimbursement claims to Kentucky Medicaid was what he had filed for unnecessary dental procedures. As part of the plea agreement, he agreed to permanently surrendering his DEA registration, which means he can no longer prescribe narcotics and medications. And he also is going to pay restitution of at least $70,000 and forfeit some $20,000 in cash. So, part of my absence yesterday meant that I was traveling west down the Mountain Parkway, and while returning back, because I didn't see it on the way via the detour, it was in the evening late, so there was no activity there. But there's been a lot of work going on at that sinkhole in the Mountain Parkway, and there still is a lot of work to be done. Just a little update for you for those who travel it daily, and for those of you who just have to travel it at any time. It results in, I wish I'd have timed it, but definitely the detour taking another 15-20 minutes or so out of your travel time. And it's going to continue to be that way possibly well into the fall season. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is updating us tonight, saying that they are continuing efforts to repair and reopen the westbound lanes near the Powell and Wolfe County line, but that is going to take a while, and that for the foreseeable future, you're going to have to take that detour westbound on Kentucky 15, of course, which runs rather scenic route parallel to the Mountain Parkway. It's a nice little drive, a little narrow, a little curvy, a little sharp in some areas, so please take your time, travel it slowly. Their goal, they're not setting a finite deadline or schedule right now, but their goal is to have it reopened, the westbound lanes of the Mountain Parkway, for normal traffic by mid-fall. So in the meantime, you'll have to keep using that detour. And of course, it makes the ride home much, much quicker. So here's what I know. I wasn't here yesterday, but I have learned and confirmed through Johnson County Coroner J.R. Frisbee of the death of an unknown male, at this time. This is all I can tell you. The local EMS and McGoffin County Sheriff's Department responded to a call yesterday about a man lying literally in the middle of the road on Gun Creek. He was found unresponsive by a resident in the Gun Creek area, I do believe. EMS and others removed him to the side of the road. He was incoherent at the least. I'm not sure if he was completely unresponsive at that point, but he had no identification on him. He was given several doses of Narcan on the scene and by ambulance, I believe, personnel en route to, I believe, the Paul B. Hall Medical Center, but it was at that facility or en route to that facility that he was pronounced dead. Well, pronounced at the facility, but possibly may have died en route. Nevertheless, I spoke with Johnson County Coroner J.R. Frisbee just a few seconds ago, and he confirmed that that is the case, and essentially that is all he knows as well at this point for the most part. The body of the still unknown male has been sent to the state medical examiner's office for cause of death, obviously, and hopefully some sort of form of identification. Frisbee can only thus far determine that he was a male, possibly in his mid to late 30s, not exact, but possibly mid to late 30s, about 165 to 170 pounds, a white male that had a t-shirt and shorts on as he was found in the middle of Gun Creek. I spoke with EMS personnel, which also said they're indicated that there were at least portions of the scene that indicated that he may have fallen or been thrown from a vehicle, but at the same time, he could have just been lying there on his own accord for a significant amount of time. But this case is considered a John Doe at this hour, and we have no other information about his possible identity. Frisbee says that so far he has absolutely no details about who this man may be. So if you could help authorities, call the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department or the Kentucky State Police or anybody, of course, that you feel comfortable in relaying that information to, including Coroner Frisbee. I'll have an update for you tomorrow as more time will allow, and I'll have more news, and most of it's going to be COVID related from here on out after this. This home is now for sale in Dixie of Sagersville, my grandparents' home. It is now currently owned by a member of my family and is a rare opportunity to purchase a home and lot of this size in Dixie. The house is move-in ready or a prime candidate to remodel and possibly double your investment and equity. The beautiful corner lot is well over a half acre in size. The two-story house has beautiful, original, redone wood flooring, a basement, and endless appeal. $145,000 is the asking price, and for more information, you can call 606-349-3699 and leave a message. Oh, it's what a lot of you have been waiting for. They're back, but only for a limited time. Loaded potato wedges at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. That's right, our famous hand-cut homemade potato wedges smothered in cheddar cheese, real crispy bacon, topped with either sour cream or ranch, your choice, and they're still only $2.49 with tax. Get them while you can at your Sagersville Lee's. The fields and the stands may be empty, and big events as we know them are just gone for 2020, but there is still a real need that's out there. McGoffin County Community Day needs your support. For the past 16 years, Community Day has been instrumental in helping our local nonprofits and civic groups raise the funds for all the good things they do for our community. And this year, instead of the traditional event, the 2020 McGoffin County Community Day fundraising activities are going to continue with an online fundraiser that's open until August the 31st, where gifts can be made online at bgcf.givingfuel.com/communityday to support our 18 local nonprofits who need your help now more than ever. All the money raised will be split equally between those groups, and most importantly, for every dollar you donate, the foundation will match it with $2 up to $35 grand. That means your gift of $20 becomes $60, or your gift of $100 becomes $300 to support those important programs and crucial services provided by our local nonprofits. So please go to bgcf.givingfuel.com/communityday and donate today. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. So I think a lot of mixed emotions could possibly sum up the announcement yesterday, made again in my absence here, as the governor says that he was not going to overturn the decision made by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association. A lot happening on the state level in just the past couple of days. I also need to mention before we go any further on that report that the governor did sign an executive order yesterday in regards to evictions across the state of Kentucky. A $15 million fund has been set aside with federal coronavirus relief monies to help reimburse landlords for missed rent payments to keep Kentuckians, he says, hopefully healthy at home. We'll have more on the link to that on our website very, very soon in regards to how you can find out more about obtaining those funds. But the governor saying that he was not going to overturn the Kentucky High School Athletics Association plan for fall sports opens the door for them to begin. Practices to begin as of today, as did those I can confirm through Andrew's team with the McGoffin County High School boys basketball. Of course, following proper, I'm told, guidelines. We'll have more on that later. The governor, of course, as you well know, I think now said he did have his concerns, saying that, quote, he did not think the Kentucky High School Athletic Association decision was a good decision or a wise decision, but that he needed people other than him taking responsibility and making these decisions as we try to reopen. He says that, quote, he thinks that we're risking what he thinks can be successful plans to get our kids back in school and then risking all the other sports that are to follow. Our State Health Commissioner, Dr. Stephen Stack, was very blunt in his response, saying that I hope that in Kentucky we can be more successful than other places have been, but the outlook is not good. He referred to some research out of OSU in regards to that heart condition that is being documented in more than 10% of those who have been tested positive for coronavirus. He says you can have sudden cardiac death because you have an irritable heart muscle. I hope this doesn't happen, but it's just going to take one 16 or 17-year-old to drop dead on a sporting field before someone realizes that this is not fictional. So, what is going to be happening in McGoffin County in regards to a lot of things that have taken place? Well, local sports, there is. I just spoke with Superintendent of Schools Scott Helton a few moments ago. A working session the end of this week or by Monday at the latest, where all school personnel, sports related and administrative related, will be discussing that very matter and putting together a formal plan as to how sports are going to proceed as they are being allowed to currently by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the governor, who says he is not going to contest their decision. So I will be having something for you on sports. We do not have that tonight, as that decision has simply not been made at this hour. The McGoffin County Board of Education is meeting tonight. They will be discussing it there. I'll have a report to follow, and then we'll be talking with school personnel, as I said, in the next few weeks. Now, also for all students, the schools, of course, providing Chromebooks for all students so they can continue to learn virtually at home if they do not have electronic devices. I can tell you, your student does not have to be issued a Chromebook. Any device that they have that works, their personal computer, iPad, or the like, those personal devices will work. But for anyone who does not have access to those or needs one, they're making those Chromebooks available. We're going to talk more about that. And prior to the governor's address today, the announcement about the last mile internet service to a large number of our Kentucky students and children. Well, that's a big problem. They can have all the devices they need, but if they don't have internet service, it's just simply not going to work, obviously. So I can tell you that we'll be talking about that as well. Local internet service providers have been working on a plan now for quite some time with the McGoffin County school system and similar plans in neighboring counties. We'll be able to sit down and release that information to you as well. I'll be able to tell you what the state has done in just a few moments when we get to the governor's update. But as just to let you know, all that is coming. I'm just simply waiting on those plans to be put in place, and I'll be getting that information to you immediately thereafter, hopefully before the end of the week. Real quickly, before I go to our state update, local update, 0 cases reported by the McGoffin County Health Department COVID-wise Saturday, 1 Sunday, I'm told, linked to a salon or hairdresser in Johnson County, a customer from here, which appears to have contracted it from a positive hairdresser or individual in Johnson County. Monday, 1 case was reported related to a prior McGoffin County case. Today, there were 2 positive cases reported, a husband and wife linked to, I believe, a Johnson County case as well. That gives us a total of 4 cases since I saw you last, and a total of 69 positive cases here in McGoffin County. And real quickly, just for a little food for thought elsewhere, football practices have been suspended for 14 days in Lawrence County in the high school there after a member of the coaching staff tested positive Earlier this morning, Dr. Robbie Fletcher, the superintendent of schools in Lawrence County, says that that coaching member was not involved in any of the back to school related events that have been taking place, and that any student athletes that were involved should be considered to be at only a minimal risk of exposure. So that is at least some good news. Hopefully that it was not something that affected other students, but still no football practice for 2 weeks. Breathitt County reported 8 new cases yesterday, a pretty big number for one day for Breathitt County or any Eastern Kentucky county, certainly. Also, one of those cases was an employee within the Breathitt County High School staff. So with that, your state update will come in a few moments, but right now, happy birthday to a few folks via tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar. Yes, indeedy, from her church and church family. Happy birthday. Birthday wishes going out to Janet Smith tonight. I think this was for yesterday, so a day belated. Happy birthday, Janet Smith. Happy birthday to you. I am nowhere close to being done. Terry Brown, happy birthday to you yesterday. Happy birthday from a host of friends and family who wanted to wish you the best. Happy birthday, Terry Brown. Natalie Gamble, happy birthday to you. A belated birthday as well. They hope you had the best of birthdays. That's your friends and family and those who love you lots. Happy birthday to you, Natalie. And Bella, it just simply says she'll know who she is. Happy birthday yesterday, Bella. Happy birthday to you from friends and family. Happy birthday to you all. With that said, one reminder on the rest of our calendar brought to you by McGoffin Farm Bureau and your local agent, Doug Green. McGoffin County Head Start is offering virtual classes this school year. Call him to find out more about this new learning opportunity for Head Start kids. 349-3488. And call me when you've got an announcement. Birthdays and anniversaries, too. Moving on this evening, sadly, several funeral announcements to be made this Tuesday. Services, I'm told, were held earlier today here in McGoffin County for 62-year-old Stevie Joe Minix of Sagersville, who passed away at his home Saturday, the son of the late John and Phyllis Joe Arnett Minix. He survived by his wife, Patricia Reisner Minix, son, Christopher Neal Minix, 3 stepsons, John Brandon Lovely, Justin Ryan Lovely, daughters Krista Joe Rao, Heather Greenleaf, brother Johnny Neal Minix, and sisters Teresa Faye Bailey, Tamala Kay Connolly, Terry Sue Minix Fletcher, and 11 grandchildren. Services again earlier today. 88-year-old Ruth Salyer Smith of Salt Lick Road in Sagersville was laid to rest earlier today following services. The daughter of the late Glenn P. and Jane Allen Salyer. She survived by son Edward D. Smith of Sagersville, daughter Deborah Ann Gates, sisters Ruby Turner, Sue Johnson, Joanne Arnett, 3 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. Graveside services again held in Ruth Salyer's honor earlier today. 64-year-old Terry Hensley of Sagersville passed away on Saturday, the son of the late Denny and Thelma Howard Hensley. He survived by his son Denny Matthew Hensley, daughter Leanne Carty of Sagersville as well, 2 brothers, Justice Hensley and Stanley Hensley, and sisters Alta Mae Howard, Edith Hensley, and Glenna Elam. 4 grandkids, 1 great-grandson, and a host of nieces and nephews as well. Services in his honor are to be held tomorrow, beginning at 1 at the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Friends can visit this evening from 6 until 9 and up until tomorrow's services. 68-year-old Larry Dean Adams of Dry Bread Road in Sagersville passed away Saturday. He was the son of James and Ethel Mae Jackson Adams. He is survived by his wife, Lou Adams, sons Marcus Adams and Eric Adams, sister Kimberly Layfield, brothers Paul Adams and Don Adams, and several grandchildren as well, and a host of family and friends. A memorial service for Larry Dean Adams will be held this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock from the Sagersville Funeral Home. The family will welcome friends Saturday beginning at noon for visitation. And lastly tonight, Thomas Dowdle, 84, of Mays Branch in Prestonsburg, passed away Tuesday of last week, the son of the late Thomas Henry and Edna Pearl Martin Dowdle. He is survived by son Michael Dowdle, sisters Betty Davison, Sue Kirk, Linda Ruth, Brenda Wireman of Sagersville, and I believe grandchildren and a host of family and friends. A memorial service in his honor to be announced at a later date. And lastly, this announcement comes in loving memory of Cleo Carpenter Harmon, missed immensely by family and friends. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Connolly Tire in Staffordsville is now a proud partner of Rough Country for all of your suspension and lift kit applications. And you can always go to ConnollyTire.net to get the latest offers. Like right now, $100 when you buy a set of Mickey Thompsons, $100 on a set of Continentals, and many, many more summer deals, including $35 computer diagnostics. That's Connolly Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. It's hard to describe the t-shirt lines and looks in right now at the seasonal shop, but I'm going to try. Two of them are made right here in KY, Ridge and Holler, because, in Kentucky, you're always in one or the other, and both are always beautiful. Just check these designs out. The other is Yonder, and it's made in Pikeville, and it's just as cool and creative and all Kentucky. Definitely something there to appeal to everyone. And the ever-popular Turnrow brand, also at the seasonal shop for all fans of anything farming. And you can come into the shop and experience the magic of perfectly chilled drinks. For regular and slim cans, regular or even wine bottles, cups, and more. It's the Cadillac of koozies by Brewmate, all colors and styles in stock right now at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop. Summer heat and no AC make for a miserable drive, but don't sweat it. Call Black Smoke Performance in Sayersville for inspection, diagnostics, and repair by qualified technicians with the latest technology and equipment. Don't suffer in the summer heat. Get your air conditioning fixed today at Black Smoke Performance. Again, just as soon as that information is finalized on their part, I will have information to you about how local internet providers are going to be trying to get service to every student that does not have it here in McGoffin County, working with the state and the school system. But tonight it was addressed earlier via the press conference by the governor, millions of dollars to hopefully reach what they estimate is about 32,000 Kentucky children who don't have internet access. Unveiled by Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman, the Last Mile Internet Service Initiative does use $8 million to reduce monthly cost for low-income K through 12 students across the state of Kentucky. The state estimates that about 5% of our students in grades K through 12, or about 32,000 kids, have no access at home or very close to home to use for virtual learning. I know that a lot of models being considered, and that includes locally here as well in the viewing area, are built around getting internet access to students that do not have it, but also that being internet access to only the school. It will be at low or no cost to the students and will only give them access to everything they need to be able to study and do their schoolwork from home directly to their schools, and not just wide open internet access. Again, that is something that we'll have many more details on in the coming few days. In another brief address, Secretary Eric Friedlander said that the EBT benefits are still available to apply for, estimating that about 530,000 kids families across Kentucky receive these services, but there are about 115,000 households which are eligible, which have not applied for the funds on the EBT cards that can be used at your local grocery store, farmers markets, and some online grocers. He's hoping that everyone who can apply will by August the 31st. Those funds are still available, and that they're working to extend those funds hopefully through August and September. You can go to Benefind, BENEFIND.ky.gov to apply. And for his announcement, the governor says our positivity rate has inched back up a bit, still just barely over 5%, but that still the number of our children testing positive out of our daily cases is continuing to increase.
All right, today's report looks a lot like last week's on this very same day of the week. Today we are reporting 688 new positive cases of COVID-19. 96 of those are kids, 18 and under. This continues to grow the percentage of kids testing positive, and we know not as many kids are being tested. But with people going back to sports, go get your kid tested. Don't show up at a big group activity if they haven't been tested in the last couple of weeks. Please make sure they get tested, because your kids don't want to live with if they find out they had the virus knowing they were around a lot of people. Let's make sure that we do that. And yes, it's not comfortable, but it's important. It's important to protect each other. Our positivity rate has crept back up. We are back over 5%, 5.07%. We like being below 5. We really want to get below 4. A lot of states that are doing things we really want to do are below 3 or even lower. So, if we've got that competitive spirit we've apparently been feeling lately, let's get competitive with other states, and let's get competitive about something that saves lives.
The governor also confirmed 10 more deaths in the last 24 hours of Kentuckians related to the coronavirus. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight, with the exception of a still steamy forecast. Temperature-wise, tomorrow it's going to be another hot one. Yeah, here's how your Licking Valley RACC outlook is shaping up to hit the 90s tomorrow. Will this be the last day of it as we are bearing down on September? Can't say for sure. I can say we should be right at or just under 70 degrees tonight with continued mostly clear skies. There's a 20% chance of some isolated showers that's in your forecast. And if you noticed a few moments ago, pretty blue, mostly clear skies above me. So only a few people might see an isolated shower tonight. Nothing in the radar, in the vicinity on radar right now, so we'll not even go there. Tomorrow, though, we're going to be hitting the AC if you're going to have it available. 91 for your Wednesday, 70 tomorrow night. Mostly sunny, partly cloudy, dry. And that's the last sure dry day for a few days thereafter. So if that's your thing, you want to squeeze some time out of tomorrow, because Thursday we're back to showers and storms possibly, and definitely some winds with all the clouds. Southwesterly winds on average of 5 to 16 miles per hour Thursday, so it'll be a bit breezy. Showers and thunderstorms to the tune of about 60%, 86 for your high Thursday. Friday, mid-80s again, still mostly cloudy, still showers and possible storms in the neighborhood. We get even cooler, or back off temperatures even more on your Saturday, down to the lower 80s. Still mostly cloudy for the first half of your weekend, and we're still right at a likelihood of showers and possible thunderstorms at 70%. By the latter half of your weekend, things will start to clear out. We'll hang on to the low 80s from there. 81 Sunday, 82 Monday, 83 Tuesday. Some sun and slight shower chances all 3 days. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I have a great deal on my plate, so I'll see you back here with that and more next time. Good night, and thanks for watching.